It started with a finger, one finger, on one key, in a room that smelled of instant noodles and ambition. No one was watching. No one would have cared if they had, and it was not a moment anyone thought to record. The year is 1997. The kings of the New World have already been crowned. They have logos, they have stock prices, they have the kind of confidence that only arrives after everyone around you has agreed that you have won. These men run portals. If you wanted to find something, anything, in the vast, tangled wilderness of this new digital territory, you went through them first. They were the gate. They were the map. They were, in their own estimation, permanent. In a garage that does not belong to them, two specimens are running an experiment. Observe. They are graduate students, underfunded, largely ignored. They have built an index, not a portal. They have no interest in keeping you inside their walls. Their index does one thing, with a precision that borders on the unsettling. You ask it a question, it finds the answer, then it sends you directly there. No detour, no decoration, no reason to linger, just the answer and the door. They have a name for it, a mathematical term, a number that exists at the outer edge of comprehension, a 1 followed by 100 zeros. They chose it because the wilderness they were indexing felt that large, and because naming something impossibly vast was a kind of declaration. They need funding, so they go to the kings. They walk into those lobbied offices with their index and their $1 million ask and their absolute, unshakable belief that they have built something the kings cannot see yet. The first king examines the index. His engineers examine it too. And here is where it gets interesting. The index works, undeniably, almost disturbingly well, and that is the problem. If the index is too precise, if it delivers the answer too cleanly, too quickly, the user disappears. No lingering, no wandering through advertisements, no revenue. The king looks at the pair. He declines, not because the index is broken, because it works too well. The second king does not even deliberate. He has his own index. His users are loyal. His numbers are strong. He does not need what two graduate students from a garage are selling. He shows them the door, the polite kind, the kind that closes quietly behind you and locks without a sound. This is where the story should end. Two students, two rejections, one garage. They return to their index. Their funding evaporates. The kings continue their reign. A perfectly ordinary story about the perfectly ordinary failure of the insufficiently connected. Except before the meetings, before the rejections, before any of this became anything at all, there was an afternoon, a keyboard, and a friend doing a small favor. The pair needed to register a name for their index, the mathematical term, the impossibly large number. Their friend sat down to check if the name was available. He typed, and his finger slipped. One character transposed. He typed a word that did not exist. That meant nothing. That was simply a mistake. The pair looked at the screen. One of them paused, looked at the error, and decided he preferred it. It was cleaner, shorter. It moved differently in the mouth than the term they'd intended. They registered the mistake. For a fee so small, it would not survive the memory of anyone present. The kings continued to win for a while. Then the first portal stumbled, then declined, then dissolved into the particular silence reserved for empires that forgot to ask. What comes next? The second portal held longer, made its decisions, eventually sold what remained of itself, not its future, but its remnants, at a price that would have seemed catastrophic to the men who once ran it. The pair did not return to the graduate program. They found one investor, then another, and the misspelled word grew. It grew into the index they always intended, then into maps, then into the operating system running in the pocket of every person alive. Their names were Larry Page and Sergey Brin. The mathematical term they intended to honor was Google. The word their friend accidentally typed was Google, and the king who rejected them for $1 million watched that typo become worth $2 trillion. You have used it today. You will use it tomorrow. You have never once thought about the finger that slipped. I'm Ada Vale, and that was the hidden detail.